Sir, we can solve Bangalore's problems in 30 days, you said. What is that?
I must say BBMP is one of the most inefficient body. They are corrupt also.
I asked a very leading politician, former Prime Minister of India. I said, sir, why do you give a ticket to a very corrupt fellow? Sometime back, they tried to burn away all the documents because there's an inquiry.
Do you think this place is safe for women, Bangalore?
No.
Many police stations have become business centers. They spend half their time settling disputes and making money. It's very corrupt. The system has become corrupt.
It's easy to put the blame on others, to say, okay, these guys will go fix my problem. What am I doing?
Inviting our moderator for this session, Mohandas Pai ji, Anil Shetty, Amar Nagaram, Shwetha Prasad.
How to make Bangalore more livable. My mentor and friend, Mr. Mohandas Pai, says he can answer it in his sleep. So I'm going to start with you, sir. We have to find a solution to the problem, not crib, like Amar said. You're right, Amar. Sir, we can solve Bangalore's problems in 30 days, you said. And what is that?
Vishal, first let's understand what is Bangalore so we are on the same page. Bangalore, I think, has got about 800 square kilometers. It has 1.1 crore people, 11 million people. It has 23 lakh people working in technology, which is the largest collection of human capital in technology in the world, more than Silicon Valley. 35,000 IT companies, 1 crore vehicles, 65 lakh two-wheelers, 25 lakh cars. It's the richest city in India with a per capita income of $11,000, a GDP of something like $135 billion. This year it will export close to $80 billion of software. It has got about 250 million square feet of grade A office space in the campuses and for rental. It produces 15 million square feet of grade A office space every year for the last maybe 10-15 years, largest in the world. It has an airport with 75 million passenger capacity. It has about maybe 45-50 unicorns. It got $16 billion in 2022 as capital, $65 billion from 2014 till 2022. 21 is 16, 22 we got $10 billion. It is India's science city, it is India's IT city, biotech city, it is India's fashion city, it is India's avionics city, high-tech city, everything that India is the future. Okay? So it's a very unique city.
You can clap. Go on. Go on, louder than that, come on. Right.
It hides 300,000 technology people every single year in services and in startups. No other city in the world is as much as Bangalore. And being a very rich city, politically it has no power. After 228 seats in the legislature, Bangalore has got 28. We make up 16% of Karnataka's population, I think, but we have hardly maybe 12-13% of seats because delimitation has not been done. So we lack the political clout. And our problem is the taxes that we pay, which is 60-65% of Karnataka's taxes, goes to subsidize people outside, and we don't count for much politically. So every politician from Karnataka comes here, makes money in various ways, including real estate, and then uses our taxes to give subsidies outside to get votes. So whatever we want, Vidhan Sabha listens to us. They have said yes to us for the last 30 years. Never said no, but it just doesn't work because we have to be louder and politically important. Now, what is the problem with Bangalore? Bangalore's biggest problem is mobility. We have to solve the problem of traffic. We had, in the last 30 days, AGP Salim, Dr. Salim come, is improved traffic in the 12th junction. So traffic management can improve traffic flows by 15-20%. I just came on the Hebbal flyover, which is a piece of art because after Mokshagunda Vishwesvaraya, no Mysore engineer has created a marvel of engineering like that place because 6-lane road becomes 4-lane road. On the top, 2 more lanes joined, and the top 2 more lanes joined for a 2-lane road. Nowhere in the world that is exist. It's the brilliance of
I love your sarcasm there, sir.
Okay, so we have to solve the problem. So we have to improve traffic management with better policing. Second, we have to clean up Bangalore city so people can walk on the footpath. Our roads are dirty, there are debris, you can't walk, construction going on. Clean it up, people will walk. I walk 2 kilometers to office every day and up and down. I don't use my car. And I think it's very good walking. And Bengalurans are used to walking. It's a lovely climate. We must do that. If we're able to do these two things in 2 months, we'll see an improvement of 20-30%. Quality of life will go up, and many people has gone up. The next thing is we must get the metro to Electronic City and to Whitefield up and running by June. The metro to Whitefield should be up by March, and the Electronic City by June. If we're able to do that, at least about 6 to 7 lakh people can go off the traffic and use the metro. Then we need 500 kilometers of metro for Bangalore in the next 4 years. Government has approved 250 kilometers. We need better metro management. Metro is managed by government officials. They're 3 to 4 years behind schedule. You know, they don't have a project management software to manage projects. And the person who was the earlier CEO told me himself. And they don't have that. They have to improve management. There's no shortage of money. And then what we need is better governance for Bangalore, because Bangalore has one commissioner, Tushar, is a very good guy. He's doing many things to improve. But we need to make Bangalore into 5 corporations, each headed by a mayor. And none of the political leaders want a mayor for Bangalore because he'll be too powerful. He'll be too powerful because, you know, you are the biggest in Karnataka and you don't want the center of power. So the government, if done so, that acts like the corporation. They handle all the projects. So I think there are many things to do, but the most important thing is solve the commute and the mobility problem in 2 months by better management. And we need 10,000 electric vehicles in Bangalore for buses. 10,000.
Yeah, they're doing some pilots already with the buses.
We need 10,000. There's enough money. Karnataka spends 2.5 lakh crores every year. Karnataka's per capita GDP is 3,05,000. 66% of GDP is services. It's the richest state in country in terms of per capita income. Everything is in this place.
It's fantastic. I want Anil to come in. Anil, go on. You can clap, guys. You can. Don't be shy. It only makes Anil's job difficult because he's the BJP candidate from BTM layout now. You can give him a round of applause. Right? Anil, have you taken these data points that sir suggested? Can we do this in 30 days or 2 months, 60 days? Your thoughts, please, because you're going to the grassroots. I've seen those videos and you say that it's difficult.
Well, if I say it's difficult, so I know that he's going to scold me. So because he's been saying this for last 10 years to me, every problem, whenever he's very frustrated, I'm his punching bag. So he'll call and, why is this like this? I'm coming from airport and these idiots have put this the debris. And how can you allow this, Anil? This is a pathetic situation. So I know probably whatever he has told you in last 5 minutes, I know it by heart. So, but can we do something about it? Definitely yes. And we have appealed to every chief minister, irrespective of the party line, and they have heard us, definitely. And something has been done, but there is a lot to do. Well, there are, when you say city, it has got local administration, it has a state administration, and it is a central administration. So there are 3 parts. Central government, yes, definitely will give the money. It has to come to state, and then state will pass it to the BBMP, which is the local body. Despite of belonging to any political party, I must say BBMP is one of the most inefficient body. Correct? Bureaucracy stays there. With due respect to commissioner and couple of the people whom we also respect, I think they have done some phenomenal job. Otherwise, there's a permanent bureaucracy. Commissioner level bureaucracy keeps changing because they keep bringing new people 1 year, 2 year. But there's a permanent bureaucracy in BBMP, and most of you experienced with that know how inefficient they are. So what do we do? Because they're all employed by the government, and what do we do with them? And most of them don't have the technical knowledge, and of course, being a politician, I can't say this, but I would say this, they are corrupt also, correct? And what do we do with them, right? So now it's a larger administrative issue to solve. One, if we solve that, if BBMP becomes efficient, I don't think we can't solve this problem. We would be able to solve the problem, because as he's saying that what are the things required to do in the next 30 days, or it will take time, because 30 days is a very short period. It would take a year if you really put things in place and at least get to a level where today when you say how livable it is, correct, you can improve 10, 20, 30%, correct? It will take time. It will gradual improvement, because out of 1.1, so total, including the about 2 million people who are coming and going.
Floating.
Okay. So excluding that 1.1, in that we still have about 2.5 million people living in slum areas, correct? And to solve the whole issue of cleanliness, infrastructure, traffic management, street side vendor, lots of things. So it needs a collective effort, government, citizens. I think Bangalore has got the most proactive citizen groups. No city.
Only in Whitefield, huh?
No. Everywhere. Because I've been in this field for the last 10 years and Mohan is there and they started BPAC 10 years ago,
Correct.
right?
BPAC
And
is
I
on
must
for
tell
years.
you, you go to any city, Bangalore people are most proactive and they feel, we all feel this city belongs to us.
Okay, you've been going around the grassroots and talking, but why, although our per capita income is very high, like Sir suggested, why is our cost of living index so low?
Yeah, because we still have the slum pockets, correct? The low income pockets, correct? And also we have migrant laborers, correct? How do you accommodate? Housing is a big issue, correct? It's expensive, correct? And I, like the constituency I belong, the BTM-led constituency, which has got Rajendra Nagara, JD Mara, and then Katali Palya, a couple of places, SG Palya and all. It's so cluttered. If you go to SG Palya in the evening, I'll tell you, you can't even move in the behind this entire stretch of Christ College. Because you can't even move there, correct?
Yeah.
It's very difficult. So many a times I got down from the vehicle and I walked and I told my guys, you bring the vehicle because lots of time you can't move. So the issue is, there are like construction happened haphazardly because everywhere they constructed 10-story, 11-story without even having the enough parking space or big enough road, correct? So now this happened. What do you do with it?
Yeah.
So will you go and raise every building?
You can't.
It's not possible.
For example,
correct?
you should bring this point, Amar, quickly. The approach road to this place, right?
To
Go
say
on, you
this.
can talk about it. Please
No, it's
keep that
okay.
in mind. Go on, Anil.
No, I'm saying that you have already built it. So what do you do about it, correct?
You
so
can't
now
raise a village, you're
now,
right.
Now you need to, like, he has a privilege to live in the middle of the city where you can walk to his office. Yeah, of course, he's privileged to live in the middle of the center of the city where you can actually walk to office. But how many of us can do it? And Koramangala, I live in 4th block. My entire stretch, we have got a bigger road. But if you want to get out of the Koramangala, it's so hard. Because there are some 5 to 6 chocker blocks. Like you come to Silk Board, you can't get out here. You come this side of the EGL, that side, you can't get out there. And then you have a forum side, which is that. Like, where do you get out of the place?
So what's the solution? Quickly, like the 30-day solution, do you have a solution?
No, I don't have a 30-day solution. He has, but it's very difficult to get it implemented. I would say first thing is to make BBMP efficient. Second thing is that, of course, involve citizen groups. There are a lot of meeting happens with the citizen group, but I don't think things actually move.
Quickly, before I move to Amar and Shwetha, a creator and a businessman. Sir, according to you, obviously you're born and brought up in Bangalore. Has the rule of law, accountability and transparency improved in our city?
Well, it's a work under progress for the last 30 years. It will be for the next 20 years. Look, it's a political problem.
Correct,
Till
absolutely.
Bangalore gets a proper clout in the legislature, till Bangaloreans get into politics, good people, and raise their voice, things are not going to work. I've spoken to the Prime Minister many times about Bangalore. He's very sympathetic. He's very concerned. He said, Karna hai, karunga. Everybody's concerned in this damn country, but nothing happens on the ground. See, Bangalore City Corporation does not have its own people. Most people are on deputation. Most people come there to make money and go.
Bureaucracy is on deputation.
Yes, they have not had their accounts audited for 10 years. Accounts have not been audited.
You mean the state's audits, the
No,
BBMP audits have not been done?
BBMP audit has not happened for 10 years. They get money from the government. And some time back, they tried to burn away all the documents because there's some inquiry. Everybody knows the corrupt place, but nobody is willing to do it because, everybody is happy about it.
Anil, this makes your life harder, man. I sympathize with you, really. I empathize also. Amar, over to you. You came here from Andhra, of course. You've been mightily successful. Myntra, you've got Virgio now. What are your thoughts on making the city livable?
Well, first of all, my Uber question is, are we really the victims or are we the contributors to the cause? Right?
Brilliant point.
It's easy to put the blame on others. It's easy to expect people like Anil or Sir, who has been there, to say, okay, these guys will go fix my problem. What am I doing?
Absolutely.
I know he spoke about community groups, but that's also done in the mask of CSR and all that Instagram stories.
Yeah.
how many
Unfortunately, we all love likes now. We're all
Exactly,
Instagram stories.
right?
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think I have a right to comment any government bodies because I don't vote in Bangalore.
So you're a nota always?
I actually, no, I vote in Andhra Pradesh because
Ah.
I've never
So is that
moved
the problem then you're alluding
Well,
to?
first, no, I'm not saying that's, well, it's actually part of the problem, but I'm actually saying I don't have the right to comment
Okay.
any of the elected bodies because if I contributed to choosing the right person or the right, the power source for the city, and if they didn't work, then I probably would have had a right to go ask them. First of all, I didn't contribute to that. Second thing is, how many of us actually, I mean, if a city has to live on or move on four wheels, it will never scale. It will never sustain. How many of us go on a car, the two legs on four wheels?
Yeah. For
That
example, the speaker should have been banned. The Supreme Court had banned it. It still continues. I understand the problem. So Bangalore, you cannot make it livable.
There are a
So-
lot of things that are not sustainable,
Yeah.
right? Again, boils down to what are we doing to the cause? How are we responding to the cause? For me, I've seen, I'll keep taking this example whenever we talk about what leaders could have done differently,
Yeah.
right? Many might disagree, but this is my read
Go on,
of
go
how
for it.
has
It's a public
happened.
forum. Don't be
when
scared.
Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, the Chief Minister of then Andhra Pradesh, when he wanted to build this new Hyderabad, he didn't go touch the existing city. He went and built a city
High-tech
outside
city.
of the city,
High-tech city. Yeah.
right? And created an infrastructure to connect the old city and the new city. So he never actually went into the core of the old city, which is what I believe has happened with Bangalore. You raise up this building next to a living community. These guys were actually making their ends meet with 30,000-40,000 a month. Now suddenly there is a office space which can pay 1 lakh, 2 lakh to their employees. The rent goes up. The locals are now feeling threatened that how am I going to sustain in the area where I grew up? So there is an economic imbalance happening, which is causing many things, pushing out people. Now coming to Sir's point, the mobility has become a magnified issue because people now have to move to even go work, to get their kids to school, to go even shop.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, an ideal city, I've read this somewhere, I'm not able to remember the source, is the one that is defined by 5-kilometer radius. That if your daily needs are met in within 5 kilometers, then it's a sustainable city.
So, Mohan sir, did we grow too fast? Is that the problem?
No, Vishal, look, let's be very clear about
Yes.
one thing. We are taxpayers in this city. All of us pay taxes. We need to have a civic administration which does its job. It is not doing its job. We are not victims. We are victims. We are not perpetrators.
So we are not the cause. We have.
As a citizen and the taxpayer, I have no obligation to run around to make my city better. I have to pay my tax. I have to get my job done. There are people who are appointed who have to do the job, who are paid a salary. Let them do
Absolutely.
the job. They're not doing the job. And we get political leaders to make sure they work. Now the whole nexus is gone. That is the problem. And the only way to solve the problem is for us citizens to get together, to protest, to raise our voice and make them work.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Years ago, ladies and gentlemen, when this flyover was being built, there was a lot of news that what is Infosys doing? You and Murthy made one phenomenal comment. You said Infosys is not a road building corporation. We have given you the rights to do this service for us. And that's what they didn't. They didn't do that, right?
No, they did that because we helped build the road, then we did a lot
There you
of things,
go.
we lobbied, we did many things. But
There
see,
you go.
It is a failure of management of the city. Please.
Absolutely.
Let us not be wishy-washy and give other
Absolutely.
excuses.
Absolutely.
If this country does not run well, it's a failure of government. How is it we are building so many roads and infrastructure now? How is it our railways are improving?
Yeah.
How is it our ports are improving? Because they got better policies. There is less corruption in Delhi. There is somebody looking after it, asking questions. That's what it is. That's government. We need a government that works. And for that, local administration has to be empowered. For example, villages have got panchayats. What do we have? A broken corporation. The city is too big to be run by one corporation. We need 5 corporations. London has got 24 boroughs, 24 managing entities. All right? And then they got a metropolitan authority. We just got the metropolitan law passed where there'll be single entity so that Bangalore can have multiple entities. So it is a management model. What is the difference between a good company and a bad company? A good leader. What's the difference between a good school and a bad school? A good headmaster. Am I right?
Absolutely,
We need
sir.
good leadership. I mean, the corporation leadership has to be good. If they will all become corporators, then they'll start making money because they want to harass people with licenses. There are 200 corporators, 105 of them come from real estate.
Anil's eyes just lit up. Poor
And
thing,
let
sir.
me also tell you, all of you, the elections are going to be in April of this year. Please contribute money to a political party of your choice. Even if you give 5 rupees is okay, please give it. Go give them money, whatever it is. Because,
So how do you hold them accountable then?
Vishal, democracy is expensive. You ask your friend Akka from US. Democracy is expensive. The Republicans will sell $1 billion for the president.
They
It's
call it
expensive.
lobbying, absolutely.
Where will the money come from? They'll go to a corrupt politician, corrupt contract and take money. And corruption comes. Because we don't give money. You know, I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
I asked a leading industrialist whom you know, the two of them old people, billionaires, why didn't they give money? No, politics is dirty. I told another one, no, I don't want to give politics. How will they get money? He needs multiple crores to fight elections. He can't spend that officially, but
Absolutely.
he needs money. Who is going to give money? If you don't give money, he wants to be a leader, he'll go to a corrupt contractor, he'll give him money. That fellow will come and say, I want to do the illegal things. He will stand there, get it done.
Amar, you were completing a point. Therefore, Chandrababu Naidu lost. You were about to go to that, right? Although he brought in a lot of new changes, people didn't accept him.
And Chandrababu lost for different reasons. Okay, I mean, we can discuss that. He did a great job. I followed him for 30 years. Now, I asked a very leading politician, former Prime Minister of India. I said, sir, why do you give a ticket to a very corrupt fellow? Then he told me in Kannada, Yenaya, neen ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಓಡಿಸೋದು ಬೇಡವಾ? ನೀನು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. That means, do you give me money? You don't give me money. You come and demand performance. Where will I get money? I've done my political party. He gives me money, I give him the ticket.
Now,
You understand the problem?
Absolutely, sir.
Now that is where we have to blame citizens. Because you are not investing in democracy. Have you given any money to a political party? No. I've given money for the last 15
Would
years.
you guys give money to a political party?
Given money? How many of you have gone and
Show of
contributed
hands,
money?
please. How many guys would you like to give money to a political party? Show of hands.
Please give it to a political party of your choice.
you.
Even if you give 1 rupee is okay. You have a stake in democracy. You have to have a stake if you want a life to improve. Otherwise, we can have these meetings every 2 months, script, nothing is going to improve.
Sir, quick ask. I want to bring in Shwetha now, right? Shwetha, I want you to see, they've set the context now as creators. You and me are creators. Our lives are harder, but we have the pulse of the people.
Yes.
Right? Would you agree with these gentlemen on the problems?
Of course. So we know we have problems. We have people like him who knows, who thinks 30 days all problem solve ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, and there's a person representing the government who thinks it's difficult. So I think there has to be peace in between those, and government should consider private entities or ideas like this and work together and bring in the change. Right now I came from Rajarajeshwari Nagar to this place in nice road. I only took 50 minutes to come. So that's the...
You said 50 or 15?
50.
50.
But that's
And Rajarajeshwari
35.
Nagar is just down the road.
Which includes smaller roads
Absolutely.
as well. So that's the power of innovation. When you have great roads with no traffic, we did not have any traffic. Flyovers mele irutte, nice road alli yavattu, I don't think anybody will complain. So that's the power of any innovation. So we know the problem, we have ideas, we need support from government bodies. Once they have a peace between them and execute it, I think we'll have the solution for most of the problems.
Do you think this place is safe for women, Bangalore?
I don't agree, though I have my complaints.
It's safe?
No. No, I mean in the daytime, yes, not in the night, that's what I would say. So now, globally, nationally, problems yenide anta gottu. We were talking about how livable Bangalore is. So people will solve government problems idde irutte, we'll have solutions that will happen. But as a woman, when you say livable, do I want to build a house? When I want to build a house, I think of next 50 years. Do I want to bring up my kids here? Do I want to live here, though I came from some other town? When I go to other countries, when they ask, where are you from? I say Bangalore. I'm very proud of it. And people were like, oh, India, Delhi, that's my favorite city. That's how they look at Bangalore. But do I want to build my house here? When I plan to build a house, I think of 30 years ahead. What problems will I have for 30 years? When I build my house for next 30 years, why are we talking about current? Why
Another
can't we
6
come up
months,
with
7
problems
months,
for the next 30 years? That's how I want to think. Being an architect as well, that's what I think every solution should be futuristic. Of course, we have a lot of current issues, but we also have to address the futuristic issues. The city will keep growing. It is not the same how it was 20 years back, and it will not be same 20 years ahead. So making provision for the new expansion and providing solution is a great idea. Like how the flyover failed. I don't think any innovation should fail. That's the major failure, what our government or the city can see. So that is one thing. And of course, bigger things apart, do I peacefully live in this community? Do I have a friendly neighbor where my kids can go and play?
Yes.
Do I have mental and physical peace and fitness? Yeah, that's what I think is important when you talk about livable. And now people are talking about fitness, mental and physical. Physical, we have, I think 20 years early, tennis courts and swimming pools we have seen more in the community and the workspace. Athara, I think it should be initiated by the government as well. I think each community should have a swimming pool run by the government. And swimming is not just a fitness thing, it's a life skill.
So you're saying make these additions in the city as much.
Very friendly neighborhood. And how excited are we to, live in this city? When I can go to Pondicherry and boast about how beautiful this Pondicherry is. Goa ko hogtini, I'll walk for kilometers. Will I do the same in Bangalore? I only talk.
Sir, I was too shocked to find out that Bangalore scores very low on security. Why are we moderate? I mean, it's something that, coming back to your same problem, it's a bureaucratic issue. Are we too clientelistic and patronage-led, and hence the problem?
Vishal, we are a rich city. So it pays for many goons to come here, rob people, snatch away their gold chains, and do all kind of stuff. It's a rich city because the policing is inadequate.
Yeah.
We have less police, and 20% of police is doing VIP duty. I don't know why you need police to protect political leaders from the people who voted them to power.
For example, I saw 12 cops in the morning here doing nothing.
Yes, I mean, what are they doing? There's no threat to all these people. So they want to protect them from their own lead. Tomorrow he becomes MLA, he'll have a lot of protection. He doesn't become MLA, he can walk in the street. Why does he need protection? We voted him to power. So we have less governance. We have to improve governance. We need more investment in the city. We need better management. We need better quality of life. That is a reasonable expectation for everybody in the city to have. We must demand that. We must get it.
Shwetha, how can we demand that through your movies? You're making movies for social good, so how do you think we can make that impact?
I would say social media, filmmaking, I would include both. Because today, everybody wants to do what is trending and happening there. They use in hashtags and want to look super cool. Now, using a bike or a cycle is super cool, but do they really use the cycles on the road? I'm not sure. So I think this is where the movie can come in and say, give a very good impact on people. People want to follow their celebrities. They adore them. So through doing a very conscious and socially impactful movies, I think movie maker can bring in a lot of change. And I think everybody want to be famous today, including politicians.
Yeah, he's an Instagram star. He's a star on social media actually today. He is actually. Check out his videos. They're fantastic. So, but has it helped you in social change? I want you to answer that. Go on, Shwetha, you finish yours.
Yeah, I think people want to be seen, and that's a power. Being famous and being a celebrity is a power. Using it in the right way is the responsibility. So we can make a lot of socially impactful movies. Like I would take an example of a movie done by Vijay Sethupathi. It's called Kadaisi Vyavasai, if I'm not pronouncing it right, because it's a Tamil movie. It talks about
Kadaisi Vyavasai means the final farmer
yes.
or the final worker. Vyavasai is also a farmer.
Farmer. Yes. So the person who knows the farming, we have a lot of people doing urban farming and all that, but then you can't sit at home, just water and think plant will grow. You need a human touch, and that's where the experience comes. We think growing is so easy, adding just the chemicals and things, but we still need a lot of experience and knowledge. So that movie was about a farmer who was about to die, and the rest of the youngsters didn't know anything about farming. And when he was about to die, he taught a lot of things. So we need to pass such, morals and stories to larger audience, and I think movies can make a bigger impact.
But politicians have mastered the art of using the narrative against filmmakers themselves, right? Do you see them making good with movies? I think more politicians on Twitter and Facebook and wherever than ordinary citizens like her. There are more politicians today.
No, I know, but you see, but please understand, politicians are representative of people. They respond to people. Democracy is a system of competitive lobbies. Urban people don't have a lobby. You have to have a lobby. You must go meet them, talk to them, and tell them to do this. They will do it. We have met so many MLAs. We have met government. Everybody says yes. They never said no to us, except doesn't happen. They're also helpless. So we need to have a lobby, effective lobby. For example, if you have people in Koramangala who come together as a community, talk to their MLA, talk to their MP, talk to their ward council, we want this, it will happen. We don't spend time. We must spend 10% of our time on the community. For the surrounding areas where we are, we must go meet or represent, demand what it is. We pay taxes. We have to invest our time. We have to invest a little bit of money, everybody, to make community better. We need a community spirit. We cannot be very selfish and self-oriented to say, and start cribbing and tweeting and doing all kind of stuff. We have to work on the ground. We are a developing country. We are not a rich society. You go to London, everything is there.
Absolutely.
Everything is orderly. You pay tax, everything works because they've invested. We are not invested. So we should do that.
So 2 points quickly, Shwetha, before you mentioned that we need to be having a lobby to make this impact and basically ask questions. So I'm doing some work for the British Asian Trust now, and I visited a lot of government schools in Karnataka, because to become a lobby and ask questions, you want citizens who are informed. I couldn't believe class 10 kids in many of these government schools, unfortunately, are as good as kids in the 6th grade in private classes, in private schools.
Vishal.
So, but that's a problem, isn't it? How
Vishal.
do we make,
Vishal.
to get to that level of lobbying, we need to have an educated class, no?
Vishal.
Or a technical society?
Vishal, please let us not exaggerate. The data says for state schools, pass percentage in class 10, which is the common exam, is 88%. Private schools in the state of Karnataka, 92%. The difference is not so much. Yes, there are some pockets and all. That's not the issue. The issue is how much of the time are all of you spending on the community? Please spend 10%.
None of us, that's true.
Please spend 10% of your time.
Go on ahead.
Talk to your political leaders. We are a representative democracy. We have to get things done because we don't have it. We have to invest. Every society has come up by the sacrifice of 2 generations of people who worked long hours, worked for peanuts and did it.
Correct.
My parents worked very hard for small amount
were
of
doctors.
educators. I worked very hard. Now your generation has to work very hard. So the next generation is better. Today life is much better than when growing up. You got jobs, you got a lot of good things. So many things have happened.
Sir, politics is about silence, and Anil's very silent. Anil, say something, no? Come on. Shwetha, you can add.
A little to this, sorry. So when you say about community, I come from Rajarajeshwari Nagar, where the community is so strong. Any problem comes, we step forward. We did when Chennai was facing floods. We alone from RR Nagar raised funds of 5 crores worth products, and we sent it to Chennai. And it was.
Go on. You can. Don't be dull. Clap, please.
There was no party, no person. It was just me who thought, I'll send some goods in the car, and people just joined. They did not question because they had the trust, and they came forward and just gave immensely. And then again, based on that incident when we had North Karnataka flood, I'm not sure, we didn't keep account, but we kept on helping a lot of people in North Karnataka, Madikeri. So basically, the thing there was the trust. They knew that whatever they were contributing was reaching whoever is the, needs
Sir,
the
inta
help.
contributions Bengaluru go madbekalla.
But ಅಲ್ಲಿ work ಆಗಿದ್ದು trust
Bengaluru inta
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
contributions ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
Look. Let us see. You need to have trust in your representative because you voted for them. You have to demand work. You have to go demand. It will improve. Please see, it is a very complex problem. It's not a problem like collecting money, giving somebody. That's an easy problem to do.
Sir.
Okay? Because this is anecdotal. It's one time. We have to continuously live. Now, how do you improve policing? We have to talk to the neighboring police station, complain to them and talk to them. We have to go meet the Bengaluru commissioner and improve matters. Second, we have to use technology to make sure things happen. Third, we have to educate everybody in the community to be careful about certain things. And fourth, maybe have citizens who will patrol those areas at night by turns. We have to do all that.
So
if you want something
quick
more.
point. So when my golden retriever got lost in Uttralli, guess what? The local police station inspector asked me 30,000 rupees.
Yes,
sir.
I know. He'll ask you money because many police stations have become business centers. They spend half their time settling disputes and making money. It's very corrupt. The system has become corrupt. We know that because police station postings are sold.
Yeah, it is sold.
We know the price. People tell us. I'll tell you a small thing. I went for a housing approval, and that fellow asked a 10 lakh bribe. I said, why should I pay you a bribe? Sir, I paid 1 crore to come here for 6 months, sir. How will I get return on investment, sir? What do you do with such people? Posts are being sold. We need media to expose them. We need to protest. We have to talk to them, and we have to do it, and we have to fund political parties. There is no easy solution.
Anil, are you open for deposits?
Of course.
Yes.
There are 3 reasons why people don't question a politician. One, either they are fearful of him. Second, either they are benefited from him personally. Third, you are indifferent to every problem in the world, in your community. There are only 3 reasons. Correct? So you should decide if you have the fear, gather more people. Don't go alone. Gather your people around your community and go as a group and question the representative. And if you are personally benefiting from him, then you can't help it, correct? Because nobody wants to question somebody from whom you are personally benefiting, right? Third, if you are going to be indifferent to all your community problem, then you have no rights to question anybody.
Absolutely. Amar, I want you to come in. We have 50% of India's unicorns come from this city, right? And you guys have contributed a lot to its growth also. So what are some of your asks from, like you said, are we the cause of the problem? You answered that question. But what do you think the community of startups can do together? I know there are a bunch of electric vehicle startups here and they are doing something in the community. How can the larger unicorns contribute to community? What is your definition of a community for Bangalore and for the betterment of Bangalore?
I think the first thing what we should focus on is de-urbanization. Go out of the towns, go out of Bangalore. It's okay not to be in Bangalore. Infosys has led the way. I really, really appreciate them for that. None of the unicorns ventured out of Bangalore with the fear of, for whatever reason, valuation, talent, whatever the reasons are, people are not venturing out. Unless and until you don't de-urbanize this, you have to decentralize this. That's the only thing. Otherwise, I mean, yes, the government is a responsible body. They have to do their job. There's only so much they can also do. End of the day, I'm not saying they've done their job, by the way. That's not the point I was trying to make earlier also. They should do their job and they can do a better job. But the way we also need to think, that's where I made a comment on.
How do we hold them accountable? How do we hold them accountable?
Well, actually there are multiple ways. Like Sir said, right? I mean, when you contribute to their cause, be it monetary, be it policy, be it suggestions, then you know what to expect from them. When you know what to expect, you know how they are performing.
Go for it.
Well, I believe, being in politics, I believe that everyone has a right to question your representative. You can always, all the politicians, they're open to question. It's not that you can't question them. Of course, I have dealt with them. Like, I'm one among them, right? But only thing is that they should not have an insecurity that you are in it for their post. So you should question as a community member, not somebody who want to take their post, or not somebody who has got some kind of a vested interest against that particular person, correct? So I have seen this whenever the groups have gone to meet any representative with the clear intent of community, solving a community problem. Most of the political guys have responded and they've done it. It's not that, because you cannot blame a politician for everything, because, right?
Yeah.
Of course, there are sometimes things they may not solve it, because they know that if I solve this problem, or if I attempt to solve this problem, this guy who has brought everybody together, he has a vested interest to say that, okay, this guy was failing, I made this happen, correct? So,
absolutely,
every politician is most insecure, correct? Insecurity is one of the trait of the politician, right? So that's why any of the community, when you want to solve a problem within your community, make sure that you elect your own community leader who is non-partisan.
So do you think the corporates have done a bad job? Have they influenced governments in a wrong way?
Corporates should not enter politics, Vishal. Please, Vishal.
No, not enter politics. Have they influenced politics for their benefit?
No.
And therefore, the politicians get the blame?
Corporates have a right to lobby to get policy change to suit their benefits. They have a right. It's a competitive economy. Everybody has a right. You can't blame corporates are bad. Corporate produce jobs. These leftists don't produce jobs.
Absolutely.
It's like Jairam Ramesh saying, Yankee, go home, but take me with you.
I got it.
See, let's be. Corporates will lobby. They will want policies. They have the right to do it. We have to lobby. We want policy, right to do it. Democracy is a system of competitive lobbies.
I'm glad
Everybody
you
has
said
to
citizens
form a
should
club.
lobby. They should
Of
get
course.
together. Okay.
Lobby transparently. What is there? And if you want to give money by a check. Now we can give money. Give it legitimately. What is there? Nothing wrong.
So
Nothing wrong.
Most of the people, I think he's a rare one out here, most of the corporates, whenever we approach, you will be surprised that even to do some social good with me, correct? If I tell them I'm doing a scholarship program, I'm doing some socially relevant program, oh, you are a politician, that's why we don't want to associate with you. As if you made me an untouchable. Why? I'm a politician because I have a responsibility towards the community. I want to be a representative or whatever, whoever the politician was a representative. Why should you have an apprehension? Oh, no. We don't want to do with you because you are in politics. No, we don't want to associate with you because you are in so and so party. Arey, your intent is to do good for the community. So whoever is willing to come to your place and seek a support to do some community activity, why should you paint somebody as a cookie just because you're a politician? In fact, I'll tell you, we will do it better because we know what people want, because we talk to them on a day-to-day basis. We will make sure that everything you spend is reaching those beneficiaries, correct? And we will run the system efficiently because we understand the system better than you people. Because I wouldn't say you people because I also come from the business world. But I'm saying that you must understand that corporates also should get out of this mind that I don't want to associate with politics, I don't want to associate with the politician. No, whoever is a community, who is a community leader?
Have
the community leader is a
freebies
politician.
spoiled our people and hence the lack of trust that ella bartane
So
ಒಂದು 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ 500 ರೂಪಾಯಿ
that's a
ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ.
different debate, Vishal, because freebie and what should be given to people and society is very complex. It's not as
I agree
as
with that.
easy
I
as
agree
you
with
think,
that,
correct? And this, how many of us were sitting here, we are one set of people.
Yeah, we're a privileged lot.
And you get a lot of different sets, right? You can't say that somebody should not be given something, because I have in the last about 6 months, I have adopted about 80 old women. I give them every month 1,000 rupees. You know why? You must be thinking, oh, it's a free money. No, it's my responsibility towards them, correct? Because they are in my area, around area. I see them, nobody takes care of them. They don't have income, they don't have family to take care. So I take care of them. So it's my responsibility. Like that, when government decides to give something to some people who cannot afford to work, who cannot afford to earn their livelihood, you cannot brush everything, say that it's all a freebie culture. No. Of course, I must say that government, when it comes to handling with the business people, government should think like a market player.
Absolutely.
When
Market
you
economy,
want to run a government, you have to have a socially responsible angle. You cannot say that I will run a government like business and I will penalize the business people like social.
Sir, how far away are we? Are far away from that. He's practically looking at a CEO and a bunch of leaders and management. Maybe when you...
No, I'm not.
That's how
I'm
you're
not
looking
looking
for
at
the
I'm
government
telling
to
you,
run, right?
a good CEO may not be a good politician. Correct?
Absolutely, agreed.
Because you deal with society, with complexity of the whole structure and people. I'll tell you my constituency. I've got about 300,000, close to 300,000 voters. They speak 12 language. People who earn 100 rupees a day to 100 crore a day. Because I have third block Koramangala to Rajendra Nagar, right?
Correct.
And I have got caste. Because in our country, in anywhere, the caste is
and
also
religion
basic,
continues,
correct?
agreed,
Now,
given.
you have caste structure, you have economic structure, you have social status structure. It's a complex society. And when you say freebie spoiled it, no, freebie, the government has to give something to some people. In fact, I
agree.
MDP has discussed many a time universal basic income.
No, that's what I was alluding to. After the freebies come the votes. After the votes, there's no work done because there are political appointments to bureaucracy.
Vishal, people are very smart. Please, let us not blame the people. It's not that you can buy everybody's votes. They will vote whom they want to vote. Some will be influenced by money, but let us respect their vote. See, the problem is very simple. Politicians should respond to people. People must make them respond. That's the problem. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty.
Correct.
We have to go communicate. If they represent democracy, we have to get work done. We have to put pressure on them so they know if they don't do the work, next time we'll not vote for them. We have to do our work. We are not doing our work. They are not doing their work because there's no pressure on them. Many of them think I'll collect money, I'll buy, I can do cash, this and that and all that. So we have to break it. That means we need deeper democracy. We have to spend 10-15% of our time on community. We have to go talk to them. We have to put pressure, things will improve.
She wants to add.
Sir, I have a question for you. Being a commoner, I want to ask, how do you choose your politician? Next time, how do you choose your politician? Your leader. Next election, there are so many people lead.
Look, you have to choose a politician to vote on based on 5 or 6 criteria. One, does he have a criminal record? No criminal record. Has he ever harassed women or children or anything? You can find that out. And third, does he have a track record of service either outside politics or within politics? Fourth, is he approachable? And fifth, have you spoken to him and understood what is his agenda? You have to have criteria. For example, in BPAC, we endorse people. We have this criteria. We got a criteria, we get all the data, we collect it, we talk to them, then we recommend. In our view, these are the people whom you can consider voting directly. We do that. See, this idea, everybody is a crook, I don't want to vote, is stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid, sir. Sir,
I will not go and vote because no use is stupid.
Sir, B.S. Yediyurappa told me once that no matter what he says, the bureaucracy is so set that sometimes no matter how much the politician tries to influence, the bureaucracy doesn't change it.
Yeah.
Because they are around. How do you fix that, sir?
Look, bureaucracy is supposed to work as per the policies of an elected representative. They have become very strong and entrenched. You as a leader should have the courage to get work done as per the rules of the government. If the government rules are inadequate, you in the legislature, you pass the law to change it. It's a leadership issue. Is Modi not getting work done? He's getting work done in this country. Same country. Is he not getting work done? Yediyurappa got work done in this country. Siddaramaiah got work done in this country. Devegowda went to Delhi, he got work. Was he able to do everything? No, but he got work done. That means our ministers should have the stuff to force their views and get work done. Many of them get pushed around and they're happy with it. They're busy doing something else.
Okay, now Anil's entered politics, he's a businessman. Do you see her having a chance, me having a chance? Would he have a chance?
If you work hard and if you, for example, let us say she wants to be an MLA, like Anil does, she must identify a constituency, get all the data, how many houses are there, go make a survey, what are the needs, what are the requirements, go meet them, talk to them, set up an organization to help them do small works and everything else, and show that you are concerned and meet them. And if you do it for 5 years, 10 years, you can vote, they'll vote for you because you know them. You just cannot be parachuted, I'm the great savior, the messiah, come from heaven, vote for me. While they vote, those days are gone, right? We've seen Captain Gopinath come, we campaigned for him. I'm the messiah. People didn't respond. Nandan would have won, except the Modi wave took over.
Okay, now let me open it up to questions. I think they're the citizens, let them ask. Guys, please ask as many questions.
Umesh is my name. And then when you are talking, it's very difficult to listen to anyone else with lot of energy. Sorry, Anil. You said identify that one person and vote for it. And then what will happen? You vote for a party or you vote for a Khichdi government? What is that going forward?
Look, society progresses when there's a coalition of the good. I would vote for a good person irrespective of party. Because once good people are there in all parties, things will improve.
Because the whole country seems to be showing Modi, and then you're voting for Modi as a party, or you're voting for individual like Anil.
Well, in an election for the ward, I'll vote for the individual. In the election for the state assembly, 50-50. For the country, I'll vote for a leader. Because I'm far away from Delhi.
So everyone will not be as much as insightful as you are. So as an individual commoner, how can they think so well to vote?
No, today information is available. Actually, that's the way I vote also. It's corporation, 50-50 in the state always, and center, we know what we do.
Vishal, I must tell you.
Like Anil said, we are only the small percentage of the whole big...
No, you're a powerful person. Don't think you're a small person. One voice can change society.
I must tell you, whoever got elected now, it's a collective decision of people. We must respect them. We can't elect somebody in a constituency and say, oh, we elected a wrong person. No, it's a collective decision. It's a number. 51 is equal to 100, 49 is 0 in politics. You can't help it because that's how the structure of the politics works in country. If you think that, oh, you think this guy is a gunda, but he got elected, that means the collective decision of the community is to elect them. Respect that person.
You must respect the person who's elected. Go meet him, talk to him, persuade him to do work for the community. They will work. They will respond to you.
And if you really think he's the bad one, he still got elected, go campaign against him and win. There's no other choice.
What he's saying is he can't do it alone, Anta. How do you become part of a group?
No, then you have to go campaign to make you as a candidate and fight him.
No, sorry, I didn't say that I can't do that. I believe in the power of one, so I won't.
How do you really get work done at the local level? BBMP is really not working. That is evident. How will, it's a vast city. What are the ideas which can make things work?
Well, 5 years ago, we started this campaign called Flex Politics Beta. The entire city had, at any point of time, it had at least 100,000 flex banners. So we, as a group of young people, we started fighting. In fact, BPAC was a part of the whole fight. So we filed about 167 complaints on every political leader, every political party. I was not a part of any political party at that point of time. And eventually, court took a notice, and they saw all the paper articles coming against this banners, and court banned it. High Court of Karnataka banned flex banners. You will be surprised. Now you will see here and there once in a while, but overall, flex banners are banned from Bangalore.
That was a
city.
citizen
Correct?
movement, actually.
That was a citizen movement. Correct? We sustained it for 2 years. Of course, we had our own this one. There are people who threatened us. There are big political leaders, followers have threatened us, but we still sustained it. 2 years of fight, 165 complaints. Somebody went to court and court banned it. And now you hardly see banners. On the Vincent Manor Bridge, always you used to see such a beautiful bridge, and it's a underpass, nice place, and there's a golf course there. There used to be ugly, this one, flex banner with all the political leaders' photo. So now you see there's nothing. So it takes time. Revolution is not possible, it's only evolution. You have to be a part of the evolution.
Absolutely.
The revolution is a different idea of the different century. Now, because there is no enemy here. Please understand, there is no enemy. During the revolution, there was an enemy. People used to collectively fight against that one enemy. There is no one enemy. It's a collective society. We have problems. We will come together and solve that problem. Please don't think government is your enemy. Government is you and I and you. Government is not our enemy.
Shwetha wants to add something.
So you fought against that campaign and that happened. I still see every day BBMP kasa togolavaru baradikku one BBMP photo ide politician indu. Photo flex illa andre wall paintings ide. So that's how impactful the rules are. When you make a change, that is not, it is so flexible. 2 years admel adu hotogirutte. That's the power of a politician. He can change it anytime. Every politician's birthday or anything, we still see hundreds of flexes. So I hope you make rules and stick to it, and it is very, very strict, and make sure people
like
follow.
you said, Shwetha, it takes time, like you said.
No,
but
I agree. In fact, BBMP is responsible, and the police should be responsible, because it's now it's now under the law. It's a punishable offense if you put a flex banner. I know still we put flex banners. Political parties put, all political parties, political leaders put. Some changes have been done, because unlike earlier it used to be rampant. Now, at least some level of decency has come, and I hope that I'll tell you whenever I get an opportunity to be a representative, which is whenever happens, I'm sure that I will make sure that in my constituency you will not see one single flex banners.
A round of applause for these people, beautiful people. One anecdote on why Bangalore is better. I traveled across United States and San Francisco more, so I see more people eating out of garbage in San Francisco, and the last time I saw somebody eating garbage in Bangalore was 1991. That's the change that's happened. We're living in a great city. So, sir, thank you very much. Shwetha, you've been wonderful. Thank you. Anil, we wish you all the best. And Amar, wish your startup to become a unicorn. Thank you so much.